Hey everyone! Okay, so it's been a while, and here we go. Our homework for this evening is going to be on Andrea's animal enclosure, and I just wanted you to write the numerical expression. And remember what we talked about, that in a numerical expression just includes numbers and operations. And remember the 4 operations in math: adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Now we will work on, if you want to go ahead and solve that, I'll leave you the answer so that you can figure it out. But you're going to be doing that tomorrow in class after your small little quiz. And it's just over what we've done, because you just want to see how much you've retained. So that's okay. All right, so the first one we did in class today, and we said Andrea's animal enclosure has an otter exhibit. 3 of the otters weigh 14 pounds each. This is while the other 2 otters weigh 20 pounds each. How much do the otters weigh combined? Which means that we'll have to add those together. So I'm going to take the first, which numeric expression would I do? 3 of the otters weigh 14 pounds. So I know that there's 1 otter, 2 otters, 3 otters. They're each 14 pounds. Then I said I needed to combine it, and 2 otters weigh 20 pounds each. So I have 2 times 20, because I needed to find out how much they weigh. And there I have, that's my numerical expression. Again, I have just the numbers and the operations. There's no words. So we're going to need to find x, because x is going to be our answer. We hadn't talked about x, but we can have any letter representing what is our answer. And so if I multiply this out, 3, and I'm going to give you the answer, and then you tell me how you did it if you want to do that. So the answer is 82. And then you show your work and tell me how you did it. Fair enough? I think so. All right. Let's look at the next one. 36 people per day came to watch the otters last week. So 36 people per day. So that's each day watched the otters last week. All except for Sunday, when 6 fewer people came. So it's except for Sunday, 6 fewer people came. All right, so now let's write the numerical expression using only numbers and operations to show 36 people per day came to watch the otters. Now, we can't include Sunday, so how many days in the week are there? Yeah, there's 7. Take Sunday away, that makes it 6. So we need to see there was 36 people for 6 days. And then, because it said that it's how many people came to watch the otters last week, so we want to include the 6 days plus, now what happens here? The Sundays. So we said that there was 36 people each day, but there was 6 fewer on Sundays, so we're going to subtract that out. And there you go. This is going to equal x. X is what we're looking for, okay? So that's a question mark. So in case you get confused, x is just, we can name it anything because it's the unknown. And the answer that I get, so it was 246 people that showed up that day, or that last week. How did I get 246? Show me and tell me. All right, let's look at the next one. 36 otters live in the saltwater tank. Now, next week, 6 more will arrive. Oh, how cool. So 36, I can already hear people saying, I know that first numerical expression. Let's read the rest of it to make sure that you're on track. Now, the week after that, half of the otters will be released back into the ocean. So how many otters will be left in the saltwater tank after that? Okay, you got it. How many do you already have in the tank? 36. How many were added? 6 more. So I know that it's going to be what? You're right. What operation? Addition. 6 more. So now, how many do I had 36 plus the 6. Now, half are going to be released. So whatever this answer is, half is represented by, divided by 2, because I need to think of it this way. I've got to cut it in half, right? So if I have to slice it in half, it's going to be done evenly. So one portion stays in the tank, the other portion of the otters go to the ocean. So the answer to this one, that on the ones that on the students, not the students, the otters, that's so funny, that will be in the tank will be a total of 21 otters left in the tank. How did I get that answer? Okay. The next one. Andre's animal enclosure has 5 black bears. Oh, 2 males and 3 females. Now look at this here. So I have 2 males and I have 3 females. These males weigh 550 pounds. I have males that weigh 550 pounds. And look at the females. They weigh 370 pounds each. How much do the females weigh more than the males? Okay. So it's telling me that the females are going to weigh more. So I know I'll need to put them first. So there's how many females? You're right, there were 3 females. How much do they weigh? Very good. The females weigh 370 pounds. Now it's asking me how much more do the females weigh than the males? What operation am I going to put here? Yeah, I have to take the difference to find out, right? And then what am I going to take the difference of? How many males did I have? 2. How much do they each weigh? Very good, 550 pounds. And there you go. And I needed to find X, and so the difference is 10 pounds. Okay. Let's look at this next one. A lemur exhibit. Let me move this over here. A lemur exhibit at Andre's Animal Enclosure has 14 ring-tailed lemurs. Wow. All the same size. Now from the bottom of their body to the top of their head, each one is 20 inches long. This says their tails, that's different, are all 23 inches long. Though, okay, so that's interesting news. They're saying how much longer is the combined length of their tails than the combined length of their bodies? Well, let's think about this. I first have to know how long the combined. So for the 14 ringtails, each of the body is 20 inches long. So what would I do? And then it says their tails are they're 23 inches long. So I'm going to turn this to the side. I was going to put it on a different sheet of paper, but I'm going to turn this to the side. No, you know what? Did I confuse you with the quick? And then I'll just transfer it over. Well, I know that this length 23 is larger, so I'm going to put my 14, because that represents my lemurs, times 23, because that's the length of their tails. And then I'm going to have 14, because that's the number of lemurs that I have. And I'm going to multiply that by 20, because that's the length of their body from the bottom to the top of their head. Then it was asking me how much longer is the combined. So I need to have this one solved and this one solved, and then I have to take the difference of that. Okay? And so here the answer then is equal to X, and X is equal to 42. Because I'm just saying, I could put a B, I could put a C. It's just an unknown number, because that's what we're solving. And so this would be how much longer is the combined length of their tails than the combined length of their body. And it's just going to be, because we're measuring it in inches, and it's 42 inches. How did I get 42? Show me your journey to get to 42. So I'm going to write this now on the side part so that you could see it. So it's 14 times 23 minus 14 times 20. Okay? There you go. I'm going to put 42 right here. Inches. All right, one of the aquatic mammal exhibits at Andrea's Animal Enclosure holds 3 capybaras I'm mispronouncing it, long week, 6 muskrats, and 2 swamp rabbits. So if a capybara has 20 teeth, so how many do I have? I have 3 of them with 20 teeth. So I'm going to put, because then it's asking me how many teeth do I have in all. Well, okay, I have 3 capybaras times 20. Next I have 6 muskrats. And look at this. And a muskrat has 36 teeth. Wow, that hurts. And then 2 swamp rabbits have 28 teeth. And then it's asking me how many are there in all. Well, I'm just going to simply add those up. Now the answer on here, I'll let you know when I figured it out. It was, are you ready for this one? There's a total of 332 teeth. Show me how I got that. Okay. All right. Now we're looking at Andrea's animal enclosure. Used to have 36 goats. Used to have 36 goats. 1 week, 6 of them were sent to another enclosure. Aw. Okay, so 1 was sent away, or 6 of them were sent away. The next week, 2 more were sent away. The following week, half of the remaining goats were sent somewhere else. That's a shame. Okay, so now I'd have to figure out this one, so I can do the 36 minus the 6, get that difference, minus the 2, and then it says half. So I'm going to, I know that half is going to, I'd have to split that into 2 pieces, so it'll be divided by 2. That equals to x, and x is equal to, so 14 of the goats were left at Andrea's enclosure. Show me how I got that. And let's look at the last one. Out of the 28 horses at Andrea's animal enclosure, 14 were brown and half were black. Now, some of you are already starting to freak out, and don't, okay? You've already had fractions. Some of you were good at it. Some of you were needing some work on it, and that's okay. All right, so I have 28 horses. It says the rest were neither brown nor black. So how many more black horses did they have than horses that were neither brown or black? Well, let's take a look. Not complicated. They had a total of 28 horses. Now, in the enclosure, they had half of them were black. So I needed to take that 28 and I needed to divide it by 2. Okay. Then they said that this, and I'm going to label this black. And then they said they were brown, so I need to find out how many are there. So I have my 28. Now it was 1/4 of it. Well, that's the same as 28 over 4. So it's 28 divided by 4. And this is going to be the brown. Well, I had to find out how many more horses did they have than horses that were neither black or brown. Well, I need to subtract that out because then it's going to tell me how many were that. So once I have that, let's look at it. I didn't even leave myself enough room. Again, we had a total of 28. So I'm going to have 28 minus, and then if you want to, you can just bracket this here and then take that out of there. Does that make any sense? And now I'll find out how many I had, and the ones that I had were 7. Show me how I got that. All right, and that is it for tonight's homework. And I will, on the next video, I'm going to put up the practice questions that you have with